Well, sometimes it's almost too good. He's on 24-hour call, and...
He's on 24-hour call, and you've got 10 kids?
Yeah, he gets home in between calls.
Imagine if he had a job around the house. Why is it when you're getting, when you're sitting in a chair, the Bob will ask you a question, and just as you go to answer, he slaps a hot towel on your kisser, huh? You mean nobody that has a family goes to the movies?
Well, her kids are, I don't know, sometimes I take her kids too, but she doesn't like the drive-in. Because she has a husband, and they just stay home.
You mean that... What you're saying is that... What you're saying is that if you're married, you don't have to go to a drive-in theater, is that it?
I guess so.
Name, or what do your friends call you?
Well, sometimes they call me Sam or Joyce.
That's logical.
Or Joyce, or most time Marilyn.
Well, why do they call you Sam if your name is Eileen?
I used to be built like a boy, more or less. But I think I outgrew that a little.
Well, that must have been some time ago. How old are you?
20.
I would say that must have been 18 years ago. Well, now, suppose you became a famous actress and then you met somebody you liked and got married. Would you be willing to quit acting and be a housewife and a mother?
Well, I think if you keep your feet on the ground, you can combine both. That's what I would like to do.
Well, if you keep your feet on the ground, you'll never be a mother. I see. There's three kinds of...
There are three kinds of singers, yes.
There's professional, amateur, and crane plumbing, in other words.
The crane plumbers, I tell them to go back home. Yes.
Well, they usually have the best pipes of all, you know. You have a scientific bent, huh?
No.
I would think so. Did you ever meet a fellow named, what was his name, Joe Sexauer? From Alaska?
You're pulling my leg.
Huh?
You're pulling my leg.
No, I'd be glad to.
I used to model maternity clothes about a month ago.
You modeled what?
Maternity clothes.
Maternity clothes.
Well, anybody can model maternity clothes.
Well, he couldn't, for example. John, are potatoes really fattening?
No, sir. It's what you put on them that's fattening.
What do you mean?
Oh, butter, gravy, cheese. But if you put that on a mattress, it'll fatten you too.
That's one of the few things I've never had on a mattress.
I want you to lay down on the bench.
That's what I want you to do.
Felt has over 60,000 commercial uses for ladies' apparel as well as industrial uses.
Well, name one specifically.
Well, automobiles couldn't run without felt. Aeroplanes couldn't run. The girls in California have that new look by this...
You mean the girls couldn't run without felt? Well, a lot of them are felt and then run, huh? Well, they have passengers, though, too.
5 passengers, yes.
And how many are in the crew?
67.
Well, did you go through the canal? You mean you went out on a date, you took the old lady along, too?
Yes, indeed.
And what happened?
Well,
Silly question, huh?
you know, with 5 children.
Well, when you went out on these dates, what did the chaperone do? Did they just curl up with a good book?
No, they did the same thing as we did.
You mean you have 10 kids now? I'll drop by and we'll plan some things together. Eh?
Good. Look me up. I'll help you.
It'll be real cozy, eh? All right, now you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance. At the 2,500, you know, I won't be home late in the afternoon. I forgot. Those roses need watering, you know, and you have to take care of them.
They should be sulfured, too, and
Yeah,
sprayed
well,
and fertilized.
Imagine taking roses out to a girl's house and fertilizing them. That's what he wants me to do, eh? Well, is the oxygen business pretty profitable?
Well, sometimes it's almost too good. He's on 24-hour call, and...
He's on 24-hour call and you've got 10 kids?
He gets home in between calls.
Imagine if he had a job around the house. Why is it when you're getting, you know, when you're sitting in a chair, the Bob will ask you a question, and just as you go to answer, he slaps a hot towel on your kisser, huh? What about this live model you have?
We could arrange for a live model present, too.
That'd be good, I think.
We could find some clay for you and a sharpened stick, and after...
You give me a stick and that live model, and I'll do my own business. Who was the barbarian conqueror known as the Scourge of God? Scourge of God. S-C-O-U-R-G-E. Scourge. 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 Scrouge of God. What's the difference? They don't know it anyhow. They don't know it, and I can't pronounce it. It's a real classy quiz show we have.
Well, Robinson Crusoe was shipwrecked on a desert island.
And my kid told me that.
And when he got there, he met a man and became bosom friends with him. And then...
Man was a bosom friend?
He was a very good friend.
That's quite a trick. No wonder he stayed on that island so long. There's a commercial going on now, which gives you an opportunity to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
What do you say?
San Jacinto.
San Francisco. Huh? San Francisco, that's near
California.
The San Jacinto Monument. It says Jacinto here. The San Jacinto Monument is the tallest in the United States. How'd you get the baby?
Turned on the faucet, now it came a little drip, I guess. I don't know.
That's the nicest description of motherhood that I've heard in years. Well, what happened? How did you get to be a panhandler? Panhandler can also be a chambermaid, but in this case... Boy, do they love anything obscene out there.
Call me madam, will you please?
I'll call
That's
you
much
madam,
nicer.
huh?
That's nicer.
Well, in some circles, that's not considered such a nice thing. And I'm ready to start my 12th year on You Bet Your Life. Did you know that, George? 12 years.
Yes.
One more year and I'll get my mitzvah. What sort of comforts of home did you have there? Huh?
Well, I had a sleeping bag and football and a shopping bag full of nuts.
What was the football for?
Well, I never had a tree mate. I mean, I never had a girlfriend or a friend, so I had to play with something, so I played with the football.
heard of people making a forward pass, but this was with 11 men. You had 5 kids and no pigs, huh?
And we got 3 more.
3 pigs?
3 more kids.
You now have 8 kids?
Yeah, 8 kids.
And where is your husband? Is he in the audience?
No, just died 3 years ago. I know though.
How do you know he died? Maybe he's just hiding.
No.
Well, you mean nobody that has a family goes to the movies?
Well, her kids are, I don't know, sometimes I take her kids too, but she doesn't like to drive in. Because she has a husband, and they just stay home.
You mean that... What you're saying is that... What you're saying is that if you're married, you don't have to go to a drive-in theater, is that it?
Yes,
I'm saying you're learning a lot about the younger generation here tonight.
And our block seems to be a dead-end street. There isn't much traffic, and it leaves room for the children to run around and scream all they want.
Well, if there's a lot of kids here, there can't be many dead ends around there.
No, it doesn't.
Before we go any further, do you have a nickname, or what do your friends call you?
Well, sometimes they call me Sam or Joyce.
That's logical.
Or Joyce, or most time Marilyn.
Well, why do they call you Sam if your name is Eileen?
I used to be built like a boy, more or less. But I think I outgrew that a little.
That must have been some time ago. How old are you?
20.
I would say that must have been 18 years ago.
Then I got married after 9 months.
Well, you just got under the wire, kid.
Of all the frustrations you had as a child and the wrong kind of a bottle that they gave you. Of a bottle.
Mademoiselle, it may interest you to know that I never had a bottle.
You see, we don't have cans in Pakistan.
You don't?
We believe in having everything fresh.
You see, this audience, Pat, let me explain something to you. This audience is even filthier than I am.